Hey, good morning, fine friends. What's going on? Welcome back from the weekend. Hopefully you had a good one. Dave Loughren here. It's the Stochastic.com MLB strategy show. Man, we've done a lot of these so far, huh? I was I was looking earlier today, this morning, like, all right, how much of the season do we have left? Mid-September, I don't know, I think September 28th is the last day of the season. So you're talking still a full month and a half or more you got left of the regular season. It's going to carry us, 3 weeks into the NFL season, more as a matter of fact. But we still have like 3+ good weeks to go before any real NFL starts encroaching upon the territory. Now, to some of you, it may be encroaching. To me, it would be a welcome sight. But nonetheless, still some big contests today. Still lots to get into. Steven said lots of high-stakes games to be played. There's a lot. I mean, look, I can't tell you I'm upset about the recent how things have transpired in the NL East recently. The Mets are 1-9 over their last 10. They're struggling. They're far back now in the NL East. Only a week ago, they were jockeying with the Phillies for first place. Every day, it was a different team with sole position. That is no longer the case. But here we go. Hot Rod, last Friday, that pitcher got his ass kicked and the Sims was screaming he was going to it wasn't screaming that he was going to dominate. But yes, Scooble got crushed. It's also a one-game sample, and that guy has been the best pitcher in all of baseball this year. It sucked. Absolutely sucked that happened. Plus, Zach Gallen, who was our guy that we liked quite a bit, there was a lot of, pushback, the Rockies this, the Rockies that. Well, he went out and had 6 one-run innings with 6 strikeouts. A great start. Scooble was disastrous. You got a guy in Yamamoto at sub 10K against the Angels today. I don't know. You going to fade him because Scooble didn't pitch well? It's tough to say. Cody Watts, Loughy, thank you for the great content you provide on this show day in and day out. Appreciate you. Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys watching. Without you guys hanging out, we're in August now. Without you hanging out watching this show, doesn't really mean anything. I'd be simply speaking into the void. Not that I haven't done that with other shows before, and I'll probably do that again. But as it stands, appreciate you guys hanging out. We have fun here. Einsteinium, yeah, that's definitely feels like that. So the 66 to 7,500 range is probably where I'll live today. There's also a guy in the $6,300 price point that we'll have to talk about. But yes, for the most part, I got you. Levon Allen, just fading 10K pitchers no matter who. I'll tell you what, that's not the right move for many reasons. But I also don't blame you for feeling that way. What I say it's the wrong decision to make, like just using that as a blanket statement, fading 10K pitchers. Yeah, for sure. But also, I don't blame you recently. It feels like, it's Fishlow. What's up, dude? Does it not feel like, and I'm asking you guys, does it not feel like every slate for the past 3 weeks, one of these elite pitchers, these 10K plus guys has gotten blown up? Earlier in the year, we didn't see much of that at all. And I do wonder, honestly, I wonder how much of this is like they're just some of these guys tiring out, right? Not that they're going to be bad, but they're not going to be not nearly as good, but they're going to have some spots. You look at the MLB, it's essentially a war of attrition, right? Like who can get through 162 game season and just keep their heads above water. Zach Wheeler's a perfect example of this right now. Like Zach Wheeler's velocity is down. He said he's okay, but he had that shoulder soreness yesterday. Again, gets through 5 innings, does well enough, still gives up a home run. Last time he pitched, he gave up multiple home runs. Like, I think there may be something to say about that. Like these guys deep into the season, the ones that are throwing a boatload of innings. I mean, dude, how many innings has Tarek Skubal pitched so far this year? Let's see. He's pitched. Yeah, he's up around the 150 innings. So, he's going to eclipse 200 innings on the season, probably easily. maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but you definitely have seen some of these top tier pitchers, despite still being overall very good. Some of them have been, worse than we saw earlier in the year. Lee, why did they throw Wheeler out there knowing his velocity is down? Don't fuck around and find out. Shut him down for 2 weeks. It's funny you say that, Lee. I was at a good buddy of mine and his we're all friends. His 3-year-old had a birthday party yesterday, and we were watching the game outside and hanging out. And I said, why even take the risk? I wonder, like, if when Nola comes back up, do they shut Wheeler down, put him on the 10-day or something? Even just skip a start, skip a start or something like that. But my guess is that he is, he's the workhorse, he's the ace, and he actually has a lot more say than someone like, Taijuan Walker would. Like if Wheeler says, hey, I know how I'm feeling. I've done this for a while. I'm good. Maybe they just capitulate there. I don't know. But I hear you. I actually don't disagree. Hot Rod, what are we doing with St. Louis versus shitty Colorado? Let's do it, man. All right. So I don't know if you're talking about the starter in Miles Mikolas or the team, but we can talk about both. And by the way, if you guys don't mind, take a single second this fine morning, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Guess what? They're both free. If you hate this show so much, you go, hey, that guy stinks. I don't know what state of mind I was in when I hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, but I need to rectify things. I need to go for it. Find the video, go back, unsubscribe. You'll never have to hear from me again. And remove your thumbs up and hit that thumbs down, but make sure to do it twice. We'll gladly refund you your misery. But if you do like it, hit that thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment down below if you're watching or listening after the fact. I appreciate you guys a lot. Steve, the Phillies have the best starting rotation in baseball. If Jesus Luzardo pitches like he did his last 2 starts and like he did earlier in the year, I would agree they have the best rotation. Now, of course, if the Dodgers are healthy, that's a little bit different. But still, yeah, I mean, Christopher Sanchez, like straight dark horse NL Cy Young candidate. He's been so good. Is that wrong to say? I'm not saying he's going to win it or even that he necessarily should, right? Like Skeens, but even guys in this. But is it not fair to say that Sanchez has been one of we all know this, right? We all know this because we watch and pay attention to baseball every day. We're not normal. But like Sanchez has got to be one of the most unheralded pitchers in the league with how well he's pitched, Anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. Let's do it. Miles Mikolas. Is it gross? Of course it is. Should we play him? I think, yeah, we should have some Miles Mikolas today. He's getting 7% ownership. From a value perspective in our top pitcher stool, he's second behind only Bailey Falter. That's fun. But the one thing that stood out to me the most, because he has 8% top 2 pitcher probability. Fine. It's like, above the middle of the pack, but nothing great. What stood out to me is you're talking about a Rockies team that has a 3.9 run implied total today. 3.9 run. Incredibly low total for a team going up against Miles Mikolas. No? Thanks, Hot Rod Horse Player. Appreciate you. You're not going to ever get excited. I mentioned in the perfect lineup that we do. Check that out. That'll be up around like 1 o'clock. So make sure to hang out. Oh, and we got a nice little giveaway we're doing today because you guys smoked Josh and myself in home run roulette over the past 2 weeks. The counter resets this week into the next, but little giveaway. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video. We should have some fun. We got something good coming up. But I think at 6,300, he is actually cheap enough to where we could be considering him. Not a great strikeout total. 3.5 juiced heavily to the over. 2.5 earned run prop juiced heavily to the under. 16.5 outs prop. I mean, none of these things will get you excited, but at the same time, it's not the best pitching slate. I'm actually going in reverse order today. I will talk about Crochet for sure. Who asked me that question? Hot Rod. Yeah, we'll talk about Crochet. We'll talk about Eovaldi, who's been really one of the – you want to talk about another pitcher that doesn't get the credit he deserves? You always hear about Crochet, Skubal, Wheeler, Skeens, these type of guys. Eovaldi's been amazing. So we'll get to him. You have Logan Webb, you have Yamamoto, those guys up top as well. But in the mid-range, I think, is where you're going to have to really figure some things out this week, or tonight, sorry. And what I mean by that is that you have a few spots that people probably overlook that maybe they shouldn't. Now, it shouldn't be lost on anybody. Let's think about this for a second, right? Let's set the table. You have Crochet, Yamamoto, and Eovaldi, all, let's say, we'll round up on Eovaldi. 25+% ownership, between 25 and 35%. Then you have kind of on an island there, Logan Webb against San Diego, good park, Oracle in San Francisco, Will Warren against, a Minnesota team that traded away a lot of assets at the deadline. But then it falls off a cliff. Now you have, look at ownership here, right? You have to understand this when you're looking at a slate like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pitchers between 5 and 8% ownership. Right? On a 10-game slate. On a 10-game slate, you have 11 pitchers between 5 and 8% ownership. That's more than half of the entire slate. And I think, yes, Jose Quintana, another guy that's not going to excite you. He's not going to go out there and rack up 10 strikeouts anytime soon, or maybe ever again. However, he's facing a Pittsburgh team that is downright trash against lefties. 84 WRC plus, bottom 5 in the league, 26% K rate, sitting third highest in baseball. Sub 300 WOBA, 293, again, 24th in the league. This has been, and if you want the real dagger for a team like this, it's just Minnesota against lefties doesn't really hit for power. They're bottom 10 there as well. So you've got a Milwaukee team offensively firing on all cylinders. They're winning a ton of games. They've won more games than any team in the league. Imagine that, right? They just keep crushing. They have, I think, 73 wins right now. They've won like 9 or 10 straight, 13 of the last 14, something ridiculous. So the win equity there for Quintana is also going to look good. Not because they're winning games right now, but because they're minus 207 money line favorites on a slate like today. Really nice. By the way, trivia for you guys. If I asked you what team had scored the most runs this year, you probably wouldn't have a very difficult time answering it. It's not Milwaukee, but they're close. It's the team that you would expect. If I asked you guys who has allowed the fewest runs this year, without looking, like if you just quick off the top of the dome guessed, I have a feeling most of you would get it wrong. And I got it wrong when I came across this last night. I think most of you guys would get it wrong if I asked what team has allowed the fewest runs this year. There's a lot of answers probably off the top of your head that you'd come up with. I don't think many of you guys would guess this one as your first guess. If you do, props to you. If you didn't know it, if you knew it already, you're probably just cheating. Levon Allen, San Francisco, no. Not the worst guess, though. Astros, no. Orioles, definitely no. White Sox, no. But White Sox haven't been nearly as bad in the runs allowed department as you think. Rockies, no. Rays, no. Mariners, no. Toronto, no. Astros, no. Pirates, no. You got it. Kobe got it first, but Damon, you got it too. The Rangers. The Rangers have allowed the fewest runs in baseball this year. Isn't that kind of crazy? No team has allowed fewer runs than the Texans. Now, I get it. You have Eovaldi, you have DeGrom, but I would have thought it was, Philly potentially, although their bullpen's been pretty bad. Like just a few other teams, I would have thought, but it would have taken me probably 15 guesses to get to the Rangers. The problem is they've scored only 30 more runs than the White Sox. I mean, their offense is atrocious. Really bad. But yeah, the Texas Rangers. Isn't that crazy? Most run or fewest runs in the league. Exactly, Kobe. Say, too bad the offense is broken. Right. If their offense, think about this for a second. If the Rangers' offense was even marginally better, Like, say they were 10% better than they are. They're one of the best teams in the league. You know, they're still a slightly above 500 team. If they had maybe 2 additional quality bats in this lineup, you're looking at the Rangers. You're going, shit, they got Eovaldi and they got DeGrom at the top of this rotation, right? And then and an offense that isn't just a full out like pushover. It'd be a pretty good team. Corbin's been better. Problem is, if you're the Rangers and you go into the postseason, once you get past Eovaldi and DeGrom, it gets ugly quick. I mean, they did bring on Merrill Kelly too, though, right? So they bring in Merrill Kelly and they still won't score any runs. So, yeah. Anyway, let's make it back into this. I want to talk about these mid-range guys. So you've got, and this is sorting by top 2 or ownership right now, but I want to go by top 2 pitcher probability. Quintana against Pittsburgh, 3.9 run total. Quintana's not great. He's also not bad. Like he can prevent runs, which is good. He just isn't going to get strikeouts. He has a 16.5% K rate, 8.5% walk rate, like sub 8% K minus BB. You don't love that at all. 1.34 whip, but overall, can he go out there and allow like 1 run across 6 innings? He can absolutely do that. That's kind of the guy that he is, right? Doesn't give up a ton of power, doesn't give up a ton of hard hit fly balls. He just is who he is. You won't find anything great to say about Quintana. You're not going to find anything terrible to say about him. It's kind of how he's always been. So 7,500 against Pittsburgh, probably get run support, minus 200 favorite. No issues there. Again, you could get like the 6 inning, 1 earned, 4 or 5 strikeout game, and you'd be very happy with that on a slate like today. I think you could get that out of Miles Mikolas too. I think you could get like a 6 inning, 1 earned, 4 Ks out of Mikolas, or he gets blown up, but he's 6,300. Rockies and Pirates have the same implied total today. I think the most popular of the bunch will be Will Warren against Minnesota. That to me seems like a guy whose ownership will actually come up throughout the day. If I had to guess, I really thought that Yamamoto in the tools would have higher ownership than Crochet. I'm going to refresh it just to see if there's anything I'm missing here. We haven't updated it yet, but you know, I felt like Warren would actually be higher. He's not really leveraged one way or another. He's been an okay pitcher. 3.66 xFIP suggests that he's actually been better than the numbers, in the ERA would suggest. Like, he's allowing less than a home run per 9. He has a 26% K rate. He walks too many batters is the problem, but he's not giving up a ton of power. He has to pitch at Yankee Stadium a lot as a righty. That doesn't actually doesn't work well for you, but he's been good. It is odd though, 9.7% swinging strike rate for a guy with a 26% K rate. You know, is he getting lucky there? Maybe. This game's at Yankee Stadium, but I'm not really worried about that because he's pitched fine there. It's another one of those guys where you go, okay, Will Warren 7,500 against Minnesota seems okay to me. Minnesota's got a sub 100 WRC plus. They just don't strike out a ton. Their active roster this year, 19.7%. I don't love that. You know, there's probably better places we could get to, but I think the mid-range is going to be a place that whether we want to or not, you're just going to have to live there a little bit. Byron Buxton is still on the IL, right? Is he coming back today? That's the question. Yeah, actually, we don't know. At some point during the Twins' upcoming series with the Yankees. So no confirmation one way or the other. He could be back. Brandon, Falter and Michaelis then stack the good bats. Sims actually don't mind that. I don't know how much of that combo you're going to get, but you're going to get 2 of those guys as one-off pairings with other SP1s for sure. Lee Price, it's the infusion of young talent for the Twins. Sure. And I don't know if Buxton comes back today, but worth paying attention to. So you have Michaelis, you have Warren, Quintana. I don't have a ton of interest in Soriano, but from time to time he can pop. Just seemingly never when we roster him. Whenever we roster Soriano, outside of one start this season, he gets lambasted. How about Ryan Nelson? Dude's pitching quite well. I think there's an argument to be made that he's been a little bit lucky. Not sure how many of you would want the other side of that argument, but been pretty good. His BABIP is a 2.37 BABIP. That's pretty nuts. But overall, he's been solid. 22% K rate, fine. Pitching deep enough into games. I don't hate it. It's just like, here's the thing. Call a spade a spade. Ryan Nelson has never had a season with a swinging strike rate above 8%. Never. Never. Not a single season of this 3+ years. Never had a season where he's had a swinging strike rate above 8%. And he had a 23% K rate in 2022 in 18 innings. That doesn't count. He's a 19% career strikeout pitcher, and even this year he's at 21%. Is there merit to getting there today because pitching isn't good in the mid-range and low end? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Even if he's getting a little bit lucky, you may just hang your hat on that and say, hey, let's give it a shot one more time. See what we can get out of Ryan Nelson. Because over the last 2 months, essentially, he's had one bad start. One. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of his last 9 starts, he's had 19+ DK points. He's been consistent. We'll give him that. He's been consistent. Steven, obviously a small sample, but the Twins have been average 101 WRC plus versus righty since the deadline. They haven't been terrible. No, they've actually had a couple outbursts offensively too. Aaron, who do we fade? Yeah, good question. I mean, I'd say the one that scares me the most, even though I know we'll get to some of them in the Sims, is Crochet, just given the price point. Like that price point is really high. And maybe I just feel like we're snake bit on these high price pitchers lately, right? Maybe I'm just gun shy on a guy like Crochet because he is so good. But Houston against lefties, they're not trash. I know that much. Right? They don't strike. They're striking out 21%. 115 WRC plus is 4th best in the league. 335 WOBA is tied with the Tigers for 4th best in the league. 179 ISO is top 7. 21% K rate is 21st. Crochet's awesome, though, and sometimes it doesn't matter. I am tempted to just go to Yamamoto, though. He's $1,600 cheaper than Garrett Crochet. And he's got a matchup against the team with the highest K rate in the league against righties, the highest in the league. The Angels have some pop, and righties have performed better against Yamamoto than lefties. Obviously, the Angels can load this lineup with some righties and a bunch of switch hitters who will bat from the left side. They'll hit left-handed. But still, sub 300x WOBA against them, 140x ISO, 28% K rate, 3.9 run implied total. Yamamoto's got an overall 29% K rate on the year, sub 10K today. He's also been, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, and I don't know, I don't want to read into it too much, but he's been electric at home this year. I'm sorry, on the road. Yamamoto has been really good on the road this year. Really good. Maybe there's something to it. I don't know. You know, Yankee Stadium is pretty Homer friendly, but or Homer happy. But yeah, he's been really good. I do like Yamamoto. You kind of have to just decide between some of these guys based on what your build looks like. if you're trying to pay up for bats. I mean, even Bailey Falter's not the craziest option in the world at 6K flat. I know Ryan Nelson's been good, but I don't really know how much better he is than like Michaelis today in their respective spots, when Michaelis is $1,400 cheaper. Any of you guys going to Yu Darvish? Any interest in Darvish? 6,600 in San Francisco. Very average matchup. Or Cade Cavalli. That game could have real issues from a weather perspective, though. Yeah, I don't know. Looking at temperatures, nothing stands out. Just kind of par for the course for a mid-August day. 89, though, at Sutter Health Park in that athletics game. Somebody asked me about Springs earlier. Yeah, I can't say I'm in love with that spot. Winds blowing out, almost 90 degrees. This park really plays favorable for hitters. 5.5 almost run total for Tampa against the Athletics. Look, even against Pepio, the Athletics have a 5.3 run total today. I think that's a better hitter spot than pitching today. You're not getting the Alexander. That has weather issues too. Chase Dollander. Cade Cavalli, though, last start, I remember because I'm pretty certain Josh stacked the opponent in that game who had one run. He did. In the perfect lineup. When, 4 1/3, 3 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts on 88 pitches. So not exactly efficient, but a strong start no less. He's $8,500 though. $8,500 for Cavalli. If you're paying that type of price point today for a guy who's made one start at the major league level since that's funny. He pitched 4 1/3 innings in 2022 with Washington. Also had 6 strikeouts. He hit 3 batters. Gave up 7 earned. 2022. So yeah, he's almost 27 years old. Probably not looking to pay that price point for him, honestly. Probably not. Robert Marquez, Ohtani's crushing the ball, and I don't know if Crochet has one game without 6 Ks. Yeah, probably not. I mean, he's one of the preeminent strikeout pitchers in the league. Wouldn't shock me at all. The thing, though, Robert, is that he's priced like it, too. He's $11,500, which is just wild. Not even saying it's wrong. He has a 31% K rate, 6% walk rate. You know, everything looks outstanding on this guy. He's great. It's just you're paying a crazy price on him. Yeah, he actually 3 starts ago, he only had 5 Ks. And 2, 3, he has 4 starts this year with sub 6 strikeouts. But 6 strikeouts isn't going to get it done today anyway. I mean, we should be looking for 9. What's his K prop? Seven and a half juice to the under. Yamamoto's probably still 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 heavy juice to the over. Evaldi probably 5.5. Not 6.5. Well, 5.5 in some spots. Yep. Quintana, what's Quintana? 3.5, 4.5, 4.5. Not bad. Does Cavalli have one? Yeah, see, 3.5. I'm not. Pitching outs is probably 14.5 outs. He doesn't have one. Earn run's got to be 2.5. Yeah. So, you know, make your own decisions here. But keep in mind that there are times where you're going to want to look at these props and see how Warren's 4.5. That's why Quintana actually looks pretty good. One of the best matchups. You know? Michaelis 3.5 juice to the over. Also very cheap. Ryan Nelson 4.5. What's his outs prop at? Ryan Nelson 16.5. Yeah, 16.5. Probably 2.5 earned. Yep. Exactly what you'd expect those numbers to be for a guy like Ryan Nelson. Who else should we look at? Extract Sniper. Yeah, I mentioned that a minute ago. Houston, very good against lefties. I would love getting the Crochet if he wasn't the most popular. And then, look, ownership and everything will update throughout the day. And I'll keep refreshing it here to see if we push an update live during this show. But if Crochet is the highest owned pitcher over Yamamoto, I would just prefer Yamamoto at a discount. Maybe even Evaldi, but Arizona's a tough team from a strikeout standpoint. And he's getting ownership. I mean, I suppose Logan Webb should be at least the guy we mention. Great park, good pitcher, strikeout rates way up this year from previous seasons. San Diego, though, man. I mean, you want to get strikeouts against San Diego, you basically just have to be in the game long enough on the mound to get those strikeouts. But two back-to-back double-digit strikeout games for Logan Webb. He's good, man. You know, and at home, well over a strikeout per inning. He's got to be close to a 30% K rate at home, off the top of my head. Let me look it up. He's got to be somewhat, let's see, at home, 27%. But a 5% walk rate, a 2.63 xFIP. Are we overlooking the fact that while the strikeout matchup stinks, $9,700 Webb might actually be the sneaky play today? Like, what happens if we get our final ownership update and Crochet and Yamamoto are both around 40% and Logan Webb's hovering around 10%? 3.8 implied total for the San Diego Padres. You know, that's not convincing. It's just a tough spot. Like this is a tough matchup. There's no doubt about it. They're top 3 in WRC plus against righties. Their active roster's top 3. They're 5th in WOBA. Power hasn't exactly been a strong suit. They're 23rd, but they're also 28th in K rate. That's kind of tough. I can understand why you're not getting really a ton of ownership to Webb, and I probably don't want to do it. Padres are a great team. They just get overlooked because they're in the same division as the Dodgers, but they're 2 games back in the NL West. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, probably don't go to Webb. Yamamoto would be my top option there, I think. Quintana, Will Warren, Michaelis. Say what you want. Michaelis is in play. You don't have to love it. You don't even have to like it, but he is in play. We've had some really bad pitchers go up against the Rockies and be pretty good because the Rockies are worse than really bad. Falter, if this weather holds up, even he's viable at 6K flat. You just don't have a lot of great pitching down here. If you wanted to try and pair Crochet and Yamamoto, I mean, go for it. But you are talking 21-4, right? 21,400 between pitching. If you do that, guys, go ahead. One of you do me a favor while we talk about stacks here and get into the home run roulette in a second with our friend Josh Engelman? One of you who is a premium sub, can you pull up the single lineup sim and plug in Crochet and Yamamoto, right? And then maybe a couple bats that you like, or a stack that profiles well. Looking at the top stacks tool now, some of the teams that are going to look the best here would be Tampa Bay against Springs, no surprise. Detroit against the White Sox and Tyler Alexander. St. Louis against Chase Dollander, no surprise. Man, 8 teams on a 10-game slate with 5+ totals. Plug in a couple guys, maybe you find a discount or something. Then let the single lineup sim round it out. And let me know if you can get something positive here and how bad it looks. Because if you plug in Crochet and Yamamoto, you have $3,600 remaining for, 8 position players. 8 position players. A little tough. So let me know. Sotex, really? You got a 63? What was the lineup? What were the stacks? Kyle got a 57. Ryan got a 63. Let's see what the highest ones in our simmed lineups are here. 88. Okay, so 63 would be like a top 15 lineup. 56 would be a top, essentially 20 lineup. Kyle, would you put in Contreras and Burleson only? Okay. Ryan, Tampa, Milwaukee, couple one-offs. Here, let's just try it here real quick. Actually, no, because I don't want to lose our exposure. We'll do it in a second. Appreciate that, fellas. Sotex, you use the Tampa, Washington two-man. So do we think this is viable to just pair those guys together? Here, actually, look, we do have a few of these. Yeah, where is it? Crochet Yamamoto right here with a Minnesota 5-man. Crochet Yamamoto, Washington, Milwaukee, 4-3. More than I thought. Crochet Yamamoto, 61% simmed ROI. St. Louis and Detroit. And another one. And another one. And an Evaldi Yamamoto. Wow. All right, so this is without question one of the paths that we can take today. No question. Sotex, I just let the optimizer put everyone in. Okay. Only put in the 2. Okay, cool. Good to know. Appreciate that, fellas. Take a look at our stack exposures. First, our pitching exposures. And I'll tell you a way to get the sims at a very. Somebody yesterday tweeted us. He's like, dude, the sims are awesome. Thank you for the tools. Like, figured out how to use these things and I'm crushing. And he took down 2K, right? With the stochastic avatar. And someone responded, they were like, that's about the price of the sims for a month. And I didn't even bother responding. It's the weekend. I try and just remove myself from all that shit. You can get these tools at such an outrageous discount, for your first month to try them. And then if you like, first of all, it's nowhere close to $2,000 a month, right? Not even a tenth of that. But the fact that people just assume this and don't know, like, DM me, number one, and I'll give you a big discount for the sims, weekly or monthly, right? You guys already know. Any of you guys who have done that, maybe you're in chat now. If any of you have done that, know that I give you a great discount. Loughy_D. My handle's right there under my face. On Instagram, preferably on Twitter, but if you don't have it, Instagram works too. Or you can literally click the link in the description and it'll take you here where it says sign up with any of our partners. And you just click claim offer on any of these. You make a minimum deposit of $5 or $10, right? For any of these. And you just place a bet or make a lineup if it's a pick'em site. You're in a non-legal state. I'm serious. It's a 5 or 10 minimum deposit. And you're getting a full free month of the core MLB Sims or whatever sport you want. And every time you do this, every single time you claim one of these, it's an additional month. Not to mention, you're getting bonus bets from a lot of these books. They're matching your deposits 100% on a lot of them. And you might just win your bet, so you're free rolling anyway, and now you have a balance there when you didn't before. So yeah, tons of ways to get these sims. As a matter of fact, if you look at this screenshot, I saw this today. Joey put this together for us. Look at what Bozak said. He took first in the solo shot. The sims are for real. Used up all my free months I can get. Looks like I'll need to move up in entry fees or come out of pocket for another month. You see what I mean? By the way, shout out to him. Shout out to Devin. Look, shout out to the single lineup simulator and the strategy show. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for the support. $1,000 for Jake. Another top 3 finish. Second one in a month. Thank you. And another one. Look, in the golf. Thanks for all you do. Hopefully a primer for great things this football season. So, yeah, I mean, just 1,000 different ways to do it for sure. And jump in, shoot me a DM, use the link down there. However you want to play, it doesn't really matter to me. The Hall of Fame, download a stochastic avatar. It's stochastic.com/HOF. Finish top 3 in a field of 5,000 or more, even if it's in the nickel, and you're getting the free month of Sims Max, any sport you want. Win it a second time in a calendar year, another week and a month. And gold, get a month of Sims All Access, $550 value. What, just for repping the avatar and playing DFS like you were already going to do? Come on now. Sorry, had to get it off my chest. But anyway, pitching exposures. Yamamoto and Crochet up top. A lot of Yamamoto. No surprise. Evaldi, 29%. Will Warren, 23%. Okay, so a lot of these top guys. Falter and Michaelis at 10%. Zebby Matthews at 5%. Not a lot of Quintana or Webb or these other guys. So what do our stacks look like? We got to be getting to a bunch of St. Louis, right? I just can't imagine we're not. Okay, we are a lot, but a lot more Milwaukee. Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Texas. We'll bring Josh in a second. We got a sweet giveaway for you guys because you embarrassed us, made us look like lonely morons on my own show. But, such is life. And we'll do home run roulette, kick it back up to restart for the week. But, yeah, you've got Milwaukee in this spot. It's in Milwaukee. This team's been crushing lately. I would have thought that would bring their ownership up, but I guess not. Going up against Andrew Heaney. Milwaukee in stack score is 3rd with the 6th, 7th highest top stack probability. Not a ton of ownership, though. Highest owned stack is the Yankees against Zebby. Tampa Bay, Milwaukee, St. Louis, but really spread out. We are getting Tampa. Are we getting the Athletics against Pepio? Not really, 4%. Look at some individual bats here as well. Sometimes that's more important to see if someone's really skewing ownership. Blake Perkins, Ivan Herrera, Ohtani, all at 19+%. Alec Burleson, so a pair of St. Louis bats in there. At shortstop, Joey Ortiz. You got Tampa Bay. You got Kim and Taylor Walls down there. He did me dirty on that 12-1 homer. Bobby Witt, Corey Seager. Really spread out outside of your top 2 or 3 guys. Caleb Durbin, Junior Caminero, Paul DeYoung. Nobody's getting crazy ownership, though. Look, Donovan at 23, Bryce Turang at 13, Paul DeYoung at 13. Nobody's pulling 21% Vaughn. Is there anyone at 30+%? No. William Contreras? Nobody. So our highest owned bat is Caleb Durbin at 29%. How about that? Could change throughout the day. We'll see how it goes, but that's where we're at right now. And that's what we're dealing with. So let's bring in Josh Engelman. This is the day of shame. The day of shame for the both of us. We were terrible. There's no denying that. We were terrible. All 2 weeks. Now, I will say I had a rough draw. You had some rough draws. I hit a lot of reds. And I will go ahead and use that to absolve myself of any responsibility here. But you guys crushed it. And the way it works is we spin the wheel every day. And as we spin the wheel, it lands on a green, a yellow, or a red. For Josh and myself, we have to pick them based on DraftKings odds. You have to pick them based on the wheel spin. And if you get it right, we'll select one person every day from the chat. You have a shot at winning a week or a month of the Sims and all of our tools or portfolio EV over at OddsShopper. And Josh, we told him at the end of every 2 weeks, if chat ends up beating us, which they did, they wiped the floor with us, we'll do a nice little giveaway here. So good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. What are we giving away to the people here? And can you tell me how we're going to do it?
Yeah. So I did have a good weekend. I hope you did as well.
Great weekend.
We've got some giveaways. We're going to do 3 of them today. We're going to give away a week of MLB Max. We're going to give away a week of all access. And we're going to give away 1 month of NFL Max monthly, which also includes best ball projections.
Yes, sir. 1 month of NFL Max to somebody and a couple of others as well. So don't type dinger yet. Don't type dinger yet. You guys deserve this. Look, I would love to just give out a free sub to everybody, but I also, at the end of the day, still need a job. How do you want to do this?
I got it.
Don't type dinger yet. Don't type dinger yet.
Well, I mean, they can type dinger all they want. It doesn't do a damn thing. It's just more chat.
Go ahead.
It's not collecting any of it. It won't matter. It's just more chat. So they can do whatever they need to. It's not going to work. However, what we're going to do right now, I'm going to put it in here. This is going to be for a week of MLB Sims Max. Okay?
Yep.
Chat. Guess a number between 1 and 100 in the chat right now. First person to get it right wins.
Will chatbot notify in the chat?
Yeah, we're all good.
Oh,
I got it
sweet.
all in front of me. Yeah. 1 to 100. Who's going to get there first?
Jeffrey Williams, did you really say Walls did you dirty?
We got it.
I mean, no one look at that. No one expected it, Jeffrey, but I needed that. It was my only out. So yes.
First one's done.
See,
Eric,
Jeffrey, hold on real quick. Jeffrey doesn't know that tough draw I had on Friday where it was not only did I have to pull a guy that hasn't homered in 15 plus games, but also it needed to be 11-1 or I had no shot. All right, so someone got it. Dude, that was flying. Chat was flying.
Dude, you should see it on my end because it tells me if you're close or too low or too high. And all of a sudden it started and then it was just over immediately.
All right. So
this one's on the screen right now. Eric Trudell 4162. You just won a week of MLB Sims.
Eric, do this. Screenshot that because we got it on the screen. And then just send that over to Ron at support@stochastic.com. We already let him know that it was, what was it, the week of the MLB Sims?
Yeah.
Okay. Core or Max?
Week of MLB Sims.
Max?
Max. Yeah, they deserve it.
Can you DM Ron when we're done this and just give him the 3 names so he knows what they are and what the package is?
I will.
What's that?
I'm just taking a quick screenshot so that I don't
perfect.
Lose this shit.
Just so it's easier for him to streamline. What was the number?
Not sure. Not sure. Whatever he guessed.
All right, fair enough.
I close. Let me scroll back and see if I can catch it.
68.
Interesting. Okay.
All right.
I didn't pick it, so it just tells me. All right. Next one. This is going to be a month of MLB apologies. This is a week of all access. So this will hit everyone. You'll get this. One. It's everything. Week of all access.
That's MLB, PGA, UFC. Do we have UFC this week? I assume we do, right?
I would imagine. I'm gonna widen this one. 1 to 150. Guess the number. Too high is the first guess, and then it's gonna just be a Scantron form of oh my god, so fast.
Let's see if someone gets it.
DraftKings did 50 guesses.
DraftKings did this the other week with 1 to 1,000,000 or something, and I don't know if anyone ever. It was ridiculous.
I saw it. No, nobody's gotten it yet. I wish I could export all of this data.
It's flying.
It's low. It's low.
The number's low?
Yeah. How has no one gotten it yet?
Can Nightbot keep up?
Yeah. There's been 250 guesses. 260. Got it. We got
Someone
it.
Got it?
Yeah,
Damn.
we're in.
Greg Turnip Seed. Okay. Oh, Greg Turnip Seed with a 15.
There we go.
Congrats.
I want to pin it on the chat window so that we can see it. Oh wow, he had good work. Good work.
By the way,
all
we
his
have to be out of
guesses,
here
too.
we have to be out of here by 12. So we're good. We'll just run the roulette segment right after this.
Oh yeah, we're not going to get done, but that's a bigger conversation for a different day.
All right, now this is for NFL Max starting at the beginning of the season. A month of NFL Max.
Yes. This is the big one. This is the big one, okay? So people are still guessing, so I'm going to sandbag them a little bit here and make it a little bit quicker because they're not going to know where the range is. I want it to be done from the moment they hear it.
Go ahead.
I'm working on it. Okay. Here we go. I know this is going to sound weird, but I don't want you guys to know. Sotex, as many as you need, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're not.
Guess
I can't believe that.
No. You need to guess a number that exists between 1,000 and 1,200. So it's a 200 number range, but I don't want you people. Because everybody just keeps guessing these same low numbers right now, and I need to take them out of that range to type something fresh that isn't getting caught. It's still it's the same range. I just need them to slow down a bit.
Okay.
It's done. See, that's why it didn't matter.
Someone got it?
Yeah, again, it's the same situation. It's only a 200 range.
Cody Shannon. That's a sick one, though. NFL Max. NFL Max for the month.
All right. I got all the screenshots so I could pass those on to NewsGod. And now we can spin the wheel.
Yeah, congrats to you guys. Told you we'd try and do something for you. And we did. Now we got to not lose again. So let's do it, man. Say dinger in chat and we'll collect somebody. Do me a favor, Josh. I'm gonna try and expedite this. Spin it for me real quick.
Okay.
Right? So we can make this work.
We're gonna try. Wheel spin for
this is tight and good for the channel. Thanks, man. Yeah, we like doing stuff like this for everybody too. So
you're in good shape, brother. Just gonna be from the AL.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do something. I'm going to guarantee a home run from me today.
Okay. Well, with the amount of red on the wheel, I'm not gonna do that.
Spin it for yourself now. And then we'll spin it for chat when we pick someone. We'll just do this together. Oh, you faded the
All right. So basically the lowest game totals we can find.
That's actually not hard if you get a good team if you get a really good pitcher against a bad team and then a good offense, like he has a good offense, right? So it's not that tough.
I'll trade you if you want.
No, I'm good, but I think you'll be okay.
Okay. This one's going to be for chat. Some is good, some is bad. Interesting balance. Here we go. Game total 9 or higher. Should be a little bit easier for chat than for me.
Did we pick somebody yet?
The chat winner is Greg Turnipseed again.
No, all right, respin it.
Sorry, Greg Turnipseed. You already lose.
If he just got the week, fine. He got a month of NFL max. Like, give somebody else a try here.
Okay, well, it's Bruce Gant 5831.
Bruce Gant 5831. By the way, I have my selection already.
Okay.
Okay, now I just want to pull the odds up.
Bruce Gant, you need to pick a home run from a game that has at least a 9-run total.
Man, that's solid. Very easy. They've had some nice rolls lately, huh? They've had some nice spins, recently.
Yeah. You know who hasn't?
Us.
Me, for sure.
I haven't exactly been in great shape there either. All right.
Dude, I've had 3 straight picks that are 800 or higher, and the one before, I haven't taken anybody sub 450. I haven't even had a chance to take anybody with a pulse. All right, lowest totals on the slate.
I actually couldn't pick someone with a pulse last game. We had to adjust the setting. All right, you ready? Here's mine.
I'm ready.
Junior Caminero against Jeffrey Springs, plus 270 today. Righty lefty matchup. It's an AL spot in Sutter Health Park. Clearly a favorable spot. The old guaranteed home run from Junior Caminero. Here we go, Josh. Lock him in at plus 270 on DK.
Okay. Sub 8 line, I'm in great shape. This is going to be very easy for me. I'm getting very lucky in this scenario, and I legitimately couldn't be happier about it.
Here we go.
Oh, that really? The line's that long? All right, plus 450. Roman Anthony.
Okay. Got it. Now, did we get one from chat?
Christian Javier sucks. 186 ISO to lefties, 13% K rate. I'll take my chances, lefty righty in Boston or in Houston.
Perfect.
No message yet from Bruce Gant.
Well, you have about 30 seconds, Bruce.
All right, I'm going to re-roll another winner as a backup if Bruce doesn't get this in.
Okay.
Russell Graham, 3302. Russell Graham, get a pick ready with a game total north of 9 because if Bruce doesn't get back to us shortly, he loses.
There he goes. He got it in.
Brandon Lau. All right.
There we go.
Let me see if I can find that line.
All 3 of them
I got it.
locked in. 2 from the same game. We shall have some fun.
Plus 240 on Brandon Lowe.
We managed to do it. I got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. We appreciate you guys. Congrats to all of the winners today. You guys deserved it. You kicked our asses. Back with a vengeance. Dude, we got it. You know what? I'll see you back here tomorrow. We will figure out a way to not get embarrassed quite as bad as last time. But hey, it worked for you guys. Maybe you'll pull it off again. Follow Josh at Josh Ingham and me at Loughy_D. Of course, all of my preseason picks and NFL picks, that link in the description. First one, free over at Tails. Create an account for free. Takes 2 seconds. That's it. Literally 2 seconds. And then just follow me there. You'll see it right on that screen. And you're in business. You can turn notifications on. We'll sweat games together. Real football will be here before you know it. So make sure to do it. Have a great rest of the day, guys. Live before lock tonight. And we'll see you back here for the next one. Bye-bye.